Look closely at this animal. Its heart is not beating, not slowly, not faintly. It has completely stopped. It is not breathing. There is no air moving in or out of its body. None at all. Its blood has turned to ice. Its eyes are frozen solid. Its brain has shut down. Every signal gone quiet. By every definition we have, by everything science understands about life, this animal is dead. And in a few weeks, when the snow melts, it will wake up. Its heart will start again on its own. Its blood will thaw, its eyes will blink, and it will hop away as if nothing ever happened, as if it did not just spend the entire winter as a solid block of ice. This is a creature that comes back from the dead. And tonight, it is only the beginning, because we are going to meet a series of animals that should not be possible. Animals that survive things that would kill anything else in an instant, frozen solid, dried to dust, boiled alive, even thrown into the cold, airless emptiness of outer space. And each one we meet will be harder to kill than the last. But the final creature, the last animal in this video, has done something none of the others can do. Something that should be impossible for any living thing. It has beaten death itself. The animal you just saw is a small frog. You could hold it in the palm of your hand. It lives in some of the coldest forests on Earth, in places where winter is not a season. It is a death sentence. When the cold comes, most animals run from it. They fly south. They dig deep underground below the frost. They do whatever they can to stay warm because they understand one simple rule. If your body freezes, you die. This little frog breaks that rule. When winter arrives, it does not hide from the cold. It lets the cold win. It sits under a thin blanket of leaves and it allows itself to freeze completely. Ice spreads through its body inch by inch. More than half of the water inside it turns solid. Its heart slows, and then stops. Its breathing stops. Everything stops. And here is the part that should not make sense. That frog is not dying, it is surviving. So, while the frog looks completely frozen and completely dead, deep inside, the most precious pieces of it are being carefully, quietly kept safe. It can stay like this for weeks, even months. A frozen statue in the forest floor, waiting, and then spring comes. The sun warms the ground. The ice inside the frog begins to melt. And slowly, impossibly, the frog turns itself back on. The heart gives one beat, then another. The blood begins to flow, the eyes clear. And within hours, the animal that was frozen solid is hopping across the forest, looking for food, as if it simply woke up from a long nap. It did not cheat death. It walked right into it and walked back out. But surviving the cold, as amazing as it is only the first rung on the ladder, because our next creature faces the exact opposite problem. Not too much ice, but no water at all. Water is life. Every living thing you have ever heard of needs it. Take the water away, and death follows fast. A human can only last a few days without a drink. Most fish die within minutes the moment they leave the water. Now, meet a fish that can live for years with no water at all. It lives in parts of Africa where the rivers are not permanent. For part of the year, there is water everywhere, muddy pools full of life. But then the dry season comes. The sun bakes the land, the pools shrink, and then one day they vanish completely. The water is simply gone, and the mud where the fish were swimming turns hard and cracks like old pottery. Every other fish in that pool dies, but not this one. As its world dries up, this fish does something no ordinary fish can do. It gulps air, because unlike almost every fish on Earth, it doesn't only breathe with gills. You could walk right across it and never know. But hidden beneath your feet, sealed inside the stone-hard soil, a fish is still alive. Its heart is barely beating. Its body has nearly shut down. using the smallest amount of energy possible, just enough to stay alive and no more. And then, at last, the rains fall. The water soaks down into the cracked ground. It softens the mud. It reaches the cocoon, and the fish that was sleeping inside solid stone breaks free, swims up, and returns to life, as if the years of drought had never happened. Cold cannot kill it. Drought cannot kill it. So let's turn up the heat, literally, because our next creatures live in a place so hot, so dark, and so poisonous that for a long time, scientists were certain nothing could possibly survive there at all. At the very bottom of the ocean, in total darkness, there are cracks in the sea floor. And out of these cracks pours water that is not just warm, it is scalding, hot enough to cook almost any living thing in seconds. This water is also full of poison, clouds of toxic chemicals that would kill you and me almost instantly. No sunlight has ever reached this place. The weight of the water above is crushing, enough to flatten a normal creature like a soda can. It is boiling, poisonous, pitch black, and under impossible pressure. It is, by every measure, one of the most hostile places on the entire planet, and it is packed with life. Right up against those scalding cracks, you'll find a small worm that has become one of the toughest animals ever discovered. It builds a little home right next to the searing heat. Its tail sits in water hot enough to hurt you, while its head reaches out into slightly cooler water nearby. It lives its entire life balanced between burning and freezing, in a spot where the temperature changes wildly from one end of its own body to the other. Nearby, other tiny creatures thrive in water with no oxygen at all. We used to believe life needed three things above all: light, gentle temperatures, and oxygen. And here, in the deepest, darkest, hottest, most poisonous corner of the sea, are animals living happily with none of them. Life, it turns out, does not follow our rules. Life finds a way into places we were certain were empty, but every creature we have met so far, the frog, the fish, the worm, they all have one thing in common. They survive by staying on Earth, in the world they know. Our next animal broke that final limit. It went somewhere no living thing was ever meant to go, a place with no air, no warmth, and no mercy at all. Smaller than a grain of salt. To see it clearly, you need a microscope. It has a plump little body and 8 stubby legs, and because of the slow, clumsy way it walks, scientists gave it an adorable nickname, the water bear. You have walked past this animal 1,000 times without ever seeing it. It is, do not let the cute name fool you. This may be the single toughest animal that has ever existed. The water bear is everywhere, in the moss on your roof, in the soil in your garden, on the tops of the highest mountains, at the bottom of the deepest seas, in the ice of Antarctica and the sand of the hottest deserts. It has quietly conquered every corner of this planet, and it did it with one incredible trick. When conditions turn deadly, when there is no water, no food, and no hope, the water bear does not panic, and it does not die. Instead, it shrinks. It pulls in its head and its legs, squeezes almost all of the water out of its body, and curls into a tiny, tough little ball. There is an animal on this planet, one you could find in the moss outside your door, that can survive the vacuum of outer space itself. Surely this is it. Surely this is the toughest, most unkillable animal that could ever exist. And it very nearly is. But there is one thing. Even the mighty water bear cannot escape. It still grows old, and one day, no matter what, it still dies. Every creature in this video is a champion of survival, but look closely, and they all share the same fate. The frog will one day grow old and die. So will the fish. So will the worm. so will the mighty water bear. They can survive almost anything the world throws at them, but they cannot survive time. That is the one rule that has never, ever been broken until you meet this. It is a jellyfish, and it is tiny, smaller than your fingernail. It drifts through the ocean, gentle and almost invisible, and if you saw it, you would never look twice. But this little jellyfish holds the most incredible secret in the entire animal kingdom. When it gets injured, when it starves, when it grows old and its body begins to fail, this jellyfish does not die. It reverses. Its aging body begins to transform, cell by cell, turning back into the young form it had at the very start of its life. It becomes, in effect, a baby again. And then it grows up all over again into an adult. And when that body grows old, it can do it again and again. Think about what that means. Every other animal's life is a straight line. You are born, you grow up, you grow old, and you die. But this jellyfish's life is a circle. When it reaches the end, it simply loops back to the beginning and starts over. In theory, it never has to die of old age at all. In theory, it could go on forever. Now, let's be honest and fair, because the truth matters. This jellyfish is not truly indestructible. It can still be eaten by a bigger animal. It can still be killed by disease. In the wild, most of them do eventually die, one way or another. It has not become impossible to kill, but it has done something no other animal has ever managed. It has found a way to escape old age. It has found the exit from the one fate that comes for everything else alive. And so, after all our champions of survival, the frozen frog, the buried fish, the worm in the fire, the water bear that survives space, the real answer to our question, the true animal that refuses to die, turns out to be the smallest and gentlest of them all. A tiny jellyfish that simply refuses to grow old. So, what does all of this tell us? It tells us that life is far tougher, far stranger, and far more stubborn than we ever imagined. Every time we draw a line and say, nothing could survive that, too cold, too dry, too hot, too poisonous, too empty, even the void of space itself, life quietly steps over that line and keeps going. And the most amazing part is this: none of these animals are made up. None of them are from a movie or a story. Every single one of them is alive, right now, somewhere on this planet. As you watch this, the frozen frog waiting for spring, the fish sleeping in the stone, the water bear in the moss outside, the little jellyfish turning back time in the sea. We often think of humans as the masters of survival. If these creatures amazed you even half as much as they amaze me, then you already know why this channel exists, because our planet is full of secrets like these: impossible survivors, hidden wonders, animals doing things every single day that seem to belong in science fiction, but are completely beautifully real. So, if you want to keep discovering the strangest and most incredible corners of the natural world, subscribe and turn on the bell. Every week, we uncover something new, something wild, something that will make you see this planet differently. And if you want to know about a creature so bizarre that scientists still cannot fully explain how it exists, one that seems to break the rules of life in a completely different way, that story is playing right now on the screen in front of you. The natural world is stranger than any story we could invent, and we're only just getting started.